We're now going live. Welcome to Dorsey's Resource. We're now going live. The topic of this video is going to be, should we be buying silver now? Question mark. I'll let you be the judge. First of all, I want to thank everyone that has continued to support the channel, that have continued to rock with me, rock with Dorsey's Resource. You greatly appreciate it. I wanted to do a video on a topic that I felt was important, and just discuss, my various reasons, and ask you guys. I'll let you all be the judge, which is in the title of the video. Should we be buying silver now? I'll let you be the judge. Um, I have showed some proof right here. This is a silver certificate. In case you are unaware, I'm going to do a video. I have a couple action-packed videos ready on my newer channel. I put the link in the description box, by the way. So make sure you head over and subscribe over at my new channel at Dorsey's Resource 873. Make sure you head over to the new channel at Dorsey's Resource 873. I have some wonderful videos that I've already gone all over on this topic. This is actually my original larger channel, and I know I can still reach quite a bit of people over here, but a lot of you all have not yet, it appears as though, subscribed over at Dorsey's Resource 873, which is in the description of this video. You should see it on the screen, so make sure you head over there. But this right here is a silver certificate. This is proof, right, at one time that our currency, what we call money, because this right here, this fiat, these are, and currently these Federal Reserve notes, this is not real money, and I'm going to prove to you the reason why. Says, can you guys hear me? Okay, says we got a couple people. We have Wednesday Adams in the building. Says, I finally catch you live. Yes, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Gerald Joke says, here listening, and I will say yes, buy silver. Appreciate you. Yes. So once again, the topic of this video, should we be buying silver now? Question mark. I'll let you all be the judge. But I just wanted to go over, once again, in this video, I'm going to prove to you various reasons. I've been stacking for a while. I believe it's very important. It is a store of value. It's a preservation of wealth. It is a hedge against inflation, and it helps you retain your purchasing power, by the way. And I like from time to time, every now and then, to hold the metals, even though I have some in the capsules. I like to take them out from time to time. These are generic silver rounds, and these are supposed to have a certain sound to them. Some mini stackers, if you've already been stacking for a while, already know it's going to have a certain type of sound, because be mindful that there are fakes out there. There's people that have been, duped, have been scammed, and there's channels that focus on that. But today, this video, it's not going to focus on that. I just want to go over some things, and like I said, to reiterate, let you all be, the judge and your opinion, by the way. So one of the things I wanted to prove, I showed earlier, this silver certificate. At one time, this was redeemable in silver, and I'm looking for. I had with me some Morgan dollars. As you guys can see, these are like really, really beat up right here. These go back to the 1800s, but at one time, this is proof that this was redeemable, and this was in our circulation. Because there's people out there that try to say, there's conspiracy theorists out there that try to say that the money isn't real. This fiat IOU, Federal Reserve notes, also known, if you know the securities aspect, floating rate notes, is not real, and that isn't necessarily true, by the way. At one time, this was in circulation. This is from the year, around the year 1950. In the 1950s, has the date on it. See, it's a different. I picked this up from a coin shop. Says silver certificate, and at the bottom, if I hold it up to the camera, It says in silver, payable to the bearer on demand. You see that in silver. So this is proof that at one time this was redeemable, you know. And then I also have some peace dollars, which these came later on down the road, by the way. You know, if you're familiar, these have some toning on there, but still look beautiful, by the way. I'm wearing the gloves today, you know, over time. I still like from time to time like to go pull my silver out, hold it. But this is real money. And at one time there's history behind that this was lawful currency, by the way. So just keep that in mind. So let me know what you guys' opinions. I wasn't sure how many people we were going to get as I'm going live right now. There's people probably still at work. You never know. But let's say if you took this $100 bill back in the year, let's say the year 2000, and let's say you bought some generic silver rounds. You bought some of these, by the way. Or you bought, and this back in the year early 2000s. Don't quote me exactly. You guys have to look up the date because I'm subscribed to a lot of channels. I've told you guys, I've given you guys keys in the past, and I'm giving you free game. This is really powerful information. You got to pay attention. Now, I felt a lot of my people are not into this, and it's very important. I'm not going to harp on that. But if you took this $100 bill, and let's say back in the early 2000s, this was at $5 per ounce, you would get you could easily divide this by 20. You would get an entire roll, which is 20 generally comes in a roll. So today, can you all take a guess how much that would be worth in today's currency? By the way, you do the math, you multiply that amount, and today's currency would be worth 400 of these, by the way. You know, it would be worth over an amount, well over 400 of these. It would be worth 460, by the way. You guys, if I hold it, it would be worth more than this. I don't have the exact amount. I would have to grab another bill. But if you took one of these and you purchase back in the early 2000s, you got a whole roll of generic 1 ounce rounds. In today's currency, this will net you literally around this amount, a little bit more. It would be worth more today. So what you're doing, you're preserving your purchasing power. This is an unofficial savings account because, you know, stacking silver, if you do the math, is pays greater yield, greater interest than having a savings account. I'm gonna be frankly honest with you. I got rid of my savings account a long time ago. You know, savings accounts, they don't pay interest anymore. Even checking accounts, not like what they used to, by the way. And this is, I'm not a financial expert, but there's discipline and there's reward that comes with this. So if you started years ago, if you started early on, you will see the rewards. I'm so disciplined despite, when I mentioned to you guys in a previous video on my other newer channel that I made many investments. I may have mentioned it over in some of the videos over here where I lost currency. But despite that, the bad investments that I was in throughout the years, I continue to stack, this is store wealth. These are 2015 Silver Eagles. Here's another row. I continue despite, you put a little bit to the side, and I continue to stack, and despite you make the sacrifices, then there's the reward. But what you're doing is you're preserving your purchasing power because this where you need to get gas in different states due to inflation. It doesn't stretch as far as it used to, by the way. When you need to get groceries, food, other items, your dollars, it doesn't go as far. not as far as it, at one time. And each year they say it weakens, by the way. Like over time, when you do the math, this $100 next year could only be worth, 50. Another key thing to understand is that with the silver, with the example that I gave, you can always trade this in for fiat. You can always, like, say, here, I give you this in exchange, you give me this back. You guys have seen the show Pawn Stars. I'm giving you a hint in the other video, coin shops, your local LCS, that stands for local coin store, etc. But there may come a time where you need to use these FRNs, this fiat, this is a promissory note. This is a promise to pay, where you want to have this. It may not always be available, because as this is weakening, we're coming to a time where, things are changing over. So remember, this can always, if you have this, can get you fiat promissory notes. You're making an exchange. But understand, when you go purchase things, I know Target and Walmart, many places are not set up just yet to collect silver, but down the road, you never know. You can always use this to barter with your neighbor for rice, for food, for milk, for honey, for bread. Now, at one time, it's rumored that this 1 ounce could potentially, I'm just saying potentially, I can't see the future. The future's in the eye of the beholder. This 1 ounce buffalo round at one time could be go up as high as 600 per ounce. Now, remember, Cliff High was mentioned, who has it, for those of you all who are familiar with the data sets, and this has been predicted by other analysts, have quoted different amounts. Of course, there would be a process, a stage before it would get that high, but he did quote, "You may not like the world around you," but that was indication that his future data sets are predicting. He used to be a programmer from Microsoft. He developed a supercomputer that can predict future outcomes of events and different things. He's explained, and his temporal markers are coming up, and his analysis, we're getting close to the time where it's important to have this. Now, you guys know I haven't really talked about this that much before. I haven't really done videos, and I meant to, despite what happened with this channel. Make sure you go over to my my newer channel and subscribe over there, by the way. So just as an example, that down the road, it's going to become important to make sure you have some of this to preserve your purchasing power. By the way, this is something you can always hold. This is actually lawful currency, and I'm going to prove this to you guys, which I went over earlier. For those of you all just now joining me, this is a silver certificate from years ago. If I hold it up to the camera, once again, it says in silver, payable to the bearer on demand. $1 silver certificate. You see, so at one time, this was, these are Morgan dollars. This could get you, this right here, these are the peace dollars, by the way. I had some Morgans in here. Not sure, I'm kind of lost track a little bit, but at one time, this right here was redeemable for one of these. These are older. These is why these look beat up looking. These go back to the 1800s, by the way. Whereas the peace dollars, they're a little bit in better condition. But this one silver certificate, this is an older note back in like 1950 something. I'm gonna see if I can angle it up to the camera so you guys can see. Could get you one of these. So this is proof. This is not conspiracy theory. As some say, these sovereign citizens, these people try to say, oh, the money isn't real. People haven't looked into this in depth. People just go by hearsay and spookism. So this is not hearsay. I'm just breaking this down the best way that I can. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not an accountant. Matter of fact, let me give a disclaimer. This is not legal advice. This is for informational, entertainment, and educational purposes only. This is not to be construed as legal advice or financial advice. So do your homework. But I'm just saying, when you understand, I just gave you guys proof that you notice in our modern day society, we have this fiat right here. See, notice it says Federal Reserve note, but it no longer is like this note. You see, there's a big difference between the two. And a lot of people still are unaware of this. They still don't understand or have a concept. But at one time, once again, if you were to take this $100 bill back in the 2000 era, don't quote me exactly, and this 1 ounce round back in the 2000s, early 2000s, this 1 ounce generic silver round could get you, let's say 20 of these, which would be a whole roll. By the way, you could get a whole roll. Do you know how much that would be worth of these in today's current value? If you were to trade it back at $23 an ounce, I looked at earlier, that would get you, let's say, at least $4.60. I have $10. It would need to be $10 more, but it would get you a little bit over this amount. You see? So you guys, let me know. It's a few of you guys in here. Should we be buying silver now? Question mark is the title of this video. I'll let you be the judge. Question mark. So you guys that are watching, let me know what you think. Don't be afraid to chime in. But I just wanted to come before you guys briefly and just give you guys some action-packed information. If you do like this video, make sure you thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, in the description box of this video, please make sure you subscribe to my new channel. Looks like a lot of you all have not migrated over there. I've already done some awesome videos. That's where I'm going to upload. I have a couple uploads that are going to complement this information as well. Gerald Joke says, yes, if you can't afford it. Yeah, gold is excellent as well. It's nothing wrong. I just think silver, in my opinion, it's used for more industrial usage, and the mines is becoming more expensive for them to source this precious metal out of the ground. By the way, so the mining costs, what I hear with mines, the expense that's involved behind it, with things going on, it's going to become more expensive to produce this, to get access to this. So this could potentially, even though gold is hoarded, this can become potentially a lot more rare, because you already know this is used in a lot of electric devices, electronic devices, medical devices. It has massive industrial usage, and it's gone up over the years, and it has some other properties that are more amazing than just copper, because there's people that wonder, yes, copper will go up down the road. There's a guy that did an excellent video about what's the difference, but silver is still really cheap for right now. You also have constitutional silver. If you need people that complain, these were the $half, 1964 on prior. It was Franklin's in here, by the way. Walking Liberty $half. Let me see. I think I had a Kennedy in here. 1964 on back, that contained 90% silver. By the way, so you have different options. You also have silver dimes. You have Mercury dimes. These are Roosevelt dimes, 1964. So this is not worth 10 cents anymore, because this still had silver in it, by the way. So understand, if you need to exchange this right here, you're going to need to fractionalize to break your coins down. The purpose of stacking constitutional silver, a lot of people don't explain properly, is so that you can break your denominations down, let's say down to 20s, if you need 20s, or you need to go lower or down to ones, you need to fractionalize, break your denomination. So this is cheap right here. You can buy an increment. Some coin shops, some local coin stores, by the way, sell, a little bit at a time, or they'll have a bucket to choose from. They also call it junk silver. By the way, this is referred to as. So you have options out there, but now is the time to get started. By the way, don't waste the time. Now is of the essence to get involved in this journey, this pursuit. Let me see. Gerald Joke says it's $35 and some change here in Canada. Wow. Yeah, here different countries and places, the premiums are higher, by the way, and it could have something to do with the exchange rate. I actually had in here, if I can find, I had this is a maple leaf, by the way, Canadian maple leaf, had the Queen's face on there. Also recently picked up, there's a Britannia. This is a British Britannia that had, this is the image on the back. For those of y'all familiar, I like keeping some of my stuff in capsules. There's another version. This version has King Charles on it that took over. They did like two different versions, by the way. So this might have collector value down the road. That's why I picked a couple of these up not too long ago from a coin store after I had went to a coin shop. I had went to a coin show prior, but I actually picked this up at a coin shop because I knew this could have potential collector value, just like this Trump round right here. And this was a little bit more expensive, by the way. But this with King Charles, this may have have some collector value down the road, by the way. But this is another version of the Britannia that has the Queen's, logo. I don't remember what year this is, by the way. And there's ways to tell whether or not this is important. I know I'm going over a lot. There's separate videos on this to break this type of stuff down. But here's a magnet right here. Understand your silver is not supposed to stick to a magnet if it's real. So watch this right here. Set of keys. So there's other ways, there's videos on this to tell, but also you want to make sure the silver that you're buying is legitimate, it's not fake. By the way, it's real. You want to hold it like at a 45-degree angle. See if I slide that down. And it has a certain sound to it. Like a ping. There's ways they can do a ping test. There's many different types of tests. But you see how that went off, but see how the keys stuck to it. See that? And then it's a chair, you guys can see back here where I stuck right to the chair. But notice, most likely your silver is going to be real, but they are getting better with the fakes out here. It's going to have real sound to it, by the way. So I didn't want to be before you that long. I didn't know how many people we were going to get. By the way, I hear some people say they don't get the notifications, but the title of this video, the topic was, should we be buying silver now? ? I'll let you be the judge. So now's the time. I'm getting ready to leave, guys. So if there's any last comments, questions, or concerns, feel free. Do not hesitate to jump right in the chat, or else I'm getting ready to shut things down. But I just wanted to come before you all today with an action-packed video just to kind of briefly explain. This is kind of like a freestyle, by the way, and go over asking you guys, or I maybe should have titled this, should we be stacking silver right now, or why we should stack silver? But I'll let you all be the judge. So without further ado, if you did like this video, don't forget to thumbs up, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching Dorsey's Resource. The marathon will continue. Legends never die. They live in our hearts. Peace. I'm out.